around here. And hopefully I don't get in trouble because my neighbor feels like everybody should hear his music. So hopefully that doesn't get me in trouble with the YT police. I'm not playing this music, so I should not get a copyright violation. Let me say that right now. I'm not the one playing the music. Just so that y'all know that. All right, also, we're gonna go ahead and change this to subscribers only. Hey, Tabby. So we're gonna change it to subscribers only for commenting because y'all annoyed the shit out of me this morning because I forgot. And right off the bat, I don't do personal readings during my lives. You want a personal reading? Feel free to hit up my description or the link on my channel, and that will take you to where you can actually book one. All right. Okay, and so I'm also changing subscribers to people who've been subscribed for at least 20 minutes because, again, earlier perturbed me. All right, so, I meant to take this in the house. Hopefully I don't hear about it. So as I said, my neighbor is playing music. Hey, Becky. My neighbor's playing music. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it. Hopefully YouTube does not get mad at me. Hopefully you hear me louder than you hear them. But again, for the YouTube people, I'm not playing that. That's a whole 50 yards or more. I don't know. I'm not good at, not 50 yards. About 20 yards away. All right. Yeah, that's about 20 yards. Okay. But they must have their sound system pointed this way. Sorry, my lips are chapped. Okay, so we're about to jump into part 2. Part 1 was interesting. As you can see at the end of the video, I actually get a little annoyed, like the last 10 minutes, because some girl came and sat next to me under the gazebo. I don't like people like that. I don't like people like that. Not strangers, not when I'm doing something that's already a problem for people. So I didn't like her sitting next to me. And then you can hear at the end a little girl, because her mom allowed her to run up under the gazebo with me, and the girl's like really, really loud. And the mom's just standing there. I'm like, nosy is nosy, but you're interrupting my video, you know? So I don't like it. I don't like it. They were definitely both listening. I don't like that either. I don't have a sign up saying, hey, I do readings or anything. I was just being by myself like I am here. And then all of a sudden I wasn't by myself anymore. And that perturbed me. I am ADHD, so the autistic part did kick in. They're not rebraided, honey. They're just pulled back because these things are tired. But I hurt my hand somehow 3 or 4 days ago. And I actually cut this one, but I hurt this one, so I couldn't braid. I couldn't braid because the cut would get caught. And I couldn't braid because I have a deep pain in my hand. So it's what it is. All right, so this morning was interesting. I'm gonna bring my turtle out. My daughter got me that when she went to Busch Gardens last year. So, all right. He's in a romantic feeling. But romance in Spanish is not like R&B romance. I don't think it's just the language. I just think people can't sing as well. Like, obviously there's good singers like Selena. Selena was a great singer. But some people, I think, get passes. Because I'm like, sing that in English and I bet you get booed. Because you can't sing. But anyway. I can't 100% talk. We let Keith Sweat get away. Right? They just disturbed my energy, bro. Oh my God, it was bad. And then the cards kept talking, and I was like, listen, cards, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. But the cards like, mention this. Not the cards, but my own guides were like, listen to this. Say this. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to leave. Because I also had to pick up the kids. I was late for the kids. So I got me not pendulum, what are these? Rods. I tried to practice with them last night. I don't know if we have to do some more energy bonding or if I need to wait for a full moon. No, ma'am. Hold on, let me do a do not disturb real quick. All right, hopefully do not disturb is on. Can you guys hear me? But I tried. When I say frustrating, but then, now you see how loose they can move, right? You see how loose? When I say they were not moving last night, I was like, and then I watched this IG earlier, and this lady was like, oh, some of these people just be moving it with their mind. I'm like, they are not that powerful. Those people are not that powerful. But you see, they're supposed to be loose. So they swing, swing, swing. You see that? I don't even think this one's all the way out. Yeah. I got the pen one so that they can go in my box. So you see how easily they swing? I'm over here. Okay. Yes, no questions. And it's like, I'm not moving. What? So I did get the name. And it's a weird, I'm getting goosebumps, okay. I'm gonna say it's weird, okay? I'm just gonna say it's weird. But the name of the guide is Manchurian. I meant to look that up. Because I know there's a movie, like Manchurian Candidate. But I got that the guide's name is Manchurian, and they like to be called Churi. So, I have my rods with my crystals. Let them get to know each other. All right, good. It's not the name of the rods. It's the name of the guide. I want to say he. I'm not sure what the name is. I mean, I'm not sure of the gender. It feels kind of non-binary as far as gender goes. It says like Manchurian, you can call me Churi. I was like, okay, Churi. And so that was the thing. I was like, you want to be called Churi? And I was like, yes. I was like, all right, Churi, can we talk? Can we ask questions? Nothing. Okay, Churi. We'll try this again tomorrow. Now, I saw somebody say they sleep with their cards and stuff so that their energy can be with them. I don't know. He really is a terrible singer. No, it's Churi. I see it as well as I say it. Churi. The guy really can't sing though. Ugh. Okay, so earlier today, we got an interesting message like right off the bat, and here comes the goosies again. Week 3, you see the 3. Week 3 is about to be a very, 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 very interesting week. Week 3, it's just going to be very interesting. I got bit by like ticks or gnats or something out there. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a card. You see that card peeking out. So there's a card here. The 9 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Cups walking away, 9 of Cups in reverse. When I say week 3, gasolina. Week 3. Y'all have to go back and watch that one. It's going to be some acceleration. There's definitely accelerants on it. It's accelerant, and I'll just repeat this part again. But it's accelerant for a couple of reasons. And one of the reasons that poked out during the reading is exactly the same thing here. That. Okay? So if anybody's just now joining, this is something you want to go read, which is called This Will Hold. This is their Substack name, so it would be thiswillhold.substack.com, I think. I forgot to add it to the comments, but I'll do it for the other one. I'll do it for this one too. So This Will Hold. Go read this article. And as she said, receipts attached. And then I watched another video earlier where somebody was, I fucking hate this noise. I'm sorry. Hey, Don. The guy can't sing and he hit replay. It's got to be an old song because he's an old guy. So there's got to be some 70s, 80s shit. Excuse me, stuff. Like how my dad sits out here and listens to nothing but 80s rock and stuff. They look about the same age. I can't. It's their neighbor, so I can't cause bad blood with their neighbor. Let her roll her eyes, baby. Tell her what my people used to tell us. I hope they don't get stuck that way. I made my dad come out here and he does the same thing. It's so annoying. So that's why me and my dad have kind of like we leave the gate open. So if the gate is open, one of us is already back here. Oh, I wish you would. It's throwing me off. But I have to do it now because I don't want to be out here for the later mosquitoes. Okay, so it's so loud. So it's making me feel like I have to shout. Am I at a good level? Hey, Brett. Am I at a good level? Am I at a good place? Okay, we switched songs. It has to be 80s. All right. So here's what's really interesting. The energy of this, y'all have to give it like 30 minutes. I just took my Adderall. You gotta give it like 30 minutes, y'all. I meant to take it before I came out here. Like, I meant to take it like 30 minutes before I came out here. Okay, so you can hear me at a good thing. All right, cool. So the energy that's under here, I know you can't see it right now, but the first thing I saw was this. The 8 of Cups energy. Oh, the walking away energy. This is the first thing I saw. The second thing I saw was the 3. This is the planning, watching the horizons. You know, earlier in this global conflict we have going on, I saw Nat Yahoo. This card actually came up during the Nat Yahoo read in that first week. And I'm giving you an emphasis of the word first week because the reading I just did in that earlier today. And then, like I said, Danny Shea, yesterday, he read on it and he was like, yeah, of course he's alive. And he reads and the first card that comes out is the 8 of Swords. And he was like, whoa, hold on, what? He's like, wait a second. And then the more he pulled out cards, I'm like, we got those same exact cards. Yeah, but it'll be on the replay. So I know it's a big deal for people to see your cards, so it'll be on the replay. Because you won't have the comments to look at on the replay. Those little gnats and chiggers or whatever those things are called, they kicked my booty. Because I forgot my spray. So anyway, so he got that he was either incapacitated, like gravely ill or whatever, but he was near transition too. Well, today, in the first read, we got homeboy crossed. And it's really interesting because one of our cool readers, Bree, I called you a cool reader. Okay, Bree, speak into existence if you don't already do it. But she brought up a question of what was it that Scott saw? But as I was thinking on the question of what did Scott see, we got the Eight of Swords, I think it was. I think we got the Eight of Swords. I want to give up, you guys. I'm just waiting for the medicine to kick in. Oh God, I'm waiting for the medicine to kick in. Because then it should be able to quiet my focus. Hey Bookie, hey Dawn. Anyway, whatever. Keep it moving. I want to. But this is what's interesting, because what was poking out that I said, y'all see that? Is the Nine of Cups in reverse. So now if I put this story together of people, oh, shut the. After the walking away, right? There's just too much going on right now. But I feel suffocated in the house. And I don't want to finagle with the mic. Hey, Bumble. How are you? Oh, I wish you could see him. I wonder if you can. Of course, he went all the way away. My little black and yellow friend. Okay, anyway. Oh, there he is. I think he likes mangoes. Hold on, I want you guys to see him. You see my friend? He's right around there. There. You see my friend Bumble? Bumble! He brings me joy. But where's B? This is the second time I've seen him by himself. He's normally with a friend. Look, there he is. Hey, Bumble. Isn't he gorgeous? All right, enough about the butterfly. He's waving hi. Do y'all see that? He's waving hi. Aw. Hey, baby. Oh, now he's gone. Hi, Bumble. I think B got eaten. I know they're probably descendants of Bumble and Bee because, you know, butterflies die pretty quick. Oh, nope. There you are. No, that's a different color. I think his partner got eaten. That sucks. Anyway. Allergic to butterflies? People can be allergic to butterflies? Hey, Ladybug. Or are you talking about to the trigger bites? Because good God almighty, they're killing me. Okay, what you did not see is, oh, no. His name is Bumble. He's black and yellow. So his name is Bumble. And then the other one was named Bee. And then I had Maya for Maya the Bee. But anyway, look what was under the Eight of Cups walking away. And I'm getting goosebumps all over my legs. Look at what was under. It's the Tower. Wow. Hey, Nicole. Yeah, right, Suze? Okay. Hold on. And then under that, look at all these even numbers. And that's cool, because 16 minus 8 is 12. That's a 12. Yeah, so this is the, girl, no, I didn't say that. Excuse me. I'm not that stupid, I promise. I love math, actually. Where'd I get 12 from? I just got 8 and 6s too. That's so dumb. Oh no, that's my dyslexia. Never mind. Screw it. That's 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. Okay, okay, I know it. All right, thank you anyway. Hey, Christina. Y'all, excuse the faux pas. I'm a former gifted and talented kid, okay? I scored highest in the state. They were trying to skip me 2 grades. All right, I promise. I promise I'm smart. Anyway, or I used to be before my mini stroke. But they're still even though. All right, so we got the hangman. Hangman in reverse, meaning resistant to change, not about to change. Yeah, the Addy is not kicking in. And on top of that, my cycle's supposed to start any day now, so the Addy's really weak anyway. And, perimenopausing. Yep, TMI all around. All right, so anyway, we had the 8 of Cups walking away. We had the Tower right up under it, and then we had the Hangman in reverse. So, I think, bruh, okay, listen. Why under that is the 10. The 10 of Cups. Celebration, family, connection. You guys, this is telling a story. Because right under that, 6, the Lovers. All these even cards. Even. It feels like balance, like even. Whereas they are odd. Even is restoration, equilibrium. And I'm getting odd for them. We have the 7, the 3, the 9, the 1, That's interesting. Hold on, let me put these back in order. Because, and I wanted to make sure I put these back in order because this is what I just saw. All right, first of all, so let me finish with these even. So the even is talking about the change is coming. The change is coming. The change is coming. The change is coming. In fact, I think it's already sparked. So people walking away, which is very interesting because I wish the people who were dogged about their things, such as your mother, Seuss, I wish they knew how alone they actually were. Because the bots have them thinking they are one of many, and they are one of very few. Very, very few. But there are people who are it's interesting because I was going to finish the sentence about there are people who are for which it's a bridge too far after they find out about the fact that we sent 2,500 Marines. Marines are very, very, very specifically boots on the ground. In a war we will never win. It's not winnable. This isn't 2001, y'all. This is 2026. 25 years ahead, 25 years of technology, 25 years of planning strategies. And they sent in boots in the ground. 2,500 Marines. When I tell you the why to it, it's the why that has been since the beginning of him getting in, or since before. And that is the destruction. There's B. Oh my God, you have to see them dancing. That is the destruction of the U.S. And how do you do it? You weaken them. You ruin their military. Look. Oh no. Wait, did y'all just separate? Yes, you did. Okay, so that was B on the other tree. I think they broke up, y'all. I think they're trying to get back together, though. I think they're working it out. They must be working it out. Where's Maya? I think they're working it out, you know. Oh, Dawn, not only is it like Iraq, we actually have troops in Iraq. Because, gotta protect the oil. Have we been here before? We have, haven't we? Hey, Karma. All right, so, and I know one thing this is doing, and I hope seeing Bumble MB has given you some quick equilibrium, just watching the beauty of nature as we talk about the destruction of man. But I know this is triggering a lot of the veterans. And to be honest, I worry about what the veterans will plan to do. The ones who are triggered enough. We did get rash nights before. Matter of fact, we had a Knight of Swords this morning in our first fallout, which was next to the Eight of Wands in reverse, which I got very distinctly was about this global conflict. That just made the connection for me. Okay. Danielle, Jupiter goes to moves. Rattlesnake from the Macedonia Uranus chapter about Egypt. Put that together for me, please. What exactly are we saying here? All the major stations created more than ever. Of course. Hey, Carol Ann. They believe the propaganda who are serving them the news. I mean, it was very important that they tamed the alligators, and they did a really good job of taming the alligators. But when there is enough noise, the alligator can't come against everybody. So every now and again, something can get through, such as finding out about Vermont, right? I had heard nothing about Vermont until someone mentioned it in someone's comment, and Vermont happened to become one of those blue searchable words. And so then clicking on it, I was like, what the F? Okay, so it's really important that we continue to communicate and continue to talk. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry. I don't like disjointed music. Like there's nothing really melodic about what he's playing. So it's effing with my autism. Okay. Anyway, I don't like music that doesn't play together. Play together well. That's why I can't do house. Whereas my friend who's just purely ADHD, house calms her. For me, it's like, you know, like the binaural beats that goes in and out and in and out. I can't do those because my eyes play tennis. And so I just follow the beats until I get dizzy. That's how come I knew I had two wolves, not one to feed. All right, so I really do, Karma, agree with you there. The vets feel very exhausted. Not only are they exhausted from fighting the VA since the 90s, but the toll that took on their bodies with the burn pits and whatnot. You know what made John Stewart very passionate? Well, he was more passionate about the 9/11, I think. Right? It was 9/11. Whereas it was still almost the same thing regarding, because, okay, they're back together. I guess they're working it out. Anyway, yes, I'm talking about butterfly love affairs. God, it's so annoying. I'm debating. I think I'm gonna just go inside. I'm sorry, I'm debating. I can't. This is killing me. It's like his songs just get worse and worse. Yeah, it makes you feel frantic, right? Okay. I'm like, I can't go in front of the house because the sun is like beaming in front of the house because it's getting ready to do sunset time. I can't get away from him. And I think he's pointed this way. Walk with me. Let's go see how it is under the other mango tree. If the sound is tempered. Walk with me a little bit. Because this is annoying as shit. Okay, now the song switches. Okay. Oh, it's a Spotify channel. All right, let's see if the other tree. Oh, my dad's there. Start. They must have came home. Let me see. Did they come home? I don't know. I guess he was always there? I don't know. Anyway. All right. I'm stuck here. Okay, but that song is off. That song was absolutely terrible because the little was annoying. All right, I think we can push through. I can feel the medicine starting to work. Let's push through. Let's push through. I feel the medicine starting to work. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Okay, the election truth all have been working on Vermont for a bit. Oh, now that's interesting. I didn't know they were doing a Vermont. That because I'm over here. Okay, so after realizing that they were cuddling, right? Like they were trying to box in Americans so that Americans can't leave. I don't know if people know that or not, but they're because I'm like, okay, you have to ask yourself why all the time, right? So when I heard that they were in Minnesota, I was like, I know about the Tim Walz stuff, right? I know that we hate the blue state as far as like a government thing is. I know those things. So I know why you did Tim Walz, but then I heard we were in North Dakota and I saw the videos of North Dakota. I'm like, okay, why are we in Minnesota and why are we in North Dakota? Especially because that weekend was the blizzard. And I'm like, okay, hungry eyes, I can do hungry eyes. Thank you. As long as it's in a language that doesn't, I don't like new things, I can't pay attention. When it's old things that I know, I can ignore it and just vibe. Okay, so, okay, I know this. So anyway, so they're kettling, and I learned about the term thanks to TikTok. You know, that's one of the reasons they want to get rid of TikTok is because TikTok spreads awareness faster and deeper, more thoroughly than any other platform whatsoever. Great, thank you for sharing that, Becky. So, so they were kettling, right? Because they were in Minnesota, they were in North Dakota, they were in Washington, they were going to New Hampshire, they were going to Maine. And someone brought up, did you notice those are northern border states? Because I'm like, why would you be there? Like my thought is you would come to the south while the north is experiencing the cold and if I was a strategist, that's what I would have been doing. Hey, Bree. So then when I saw the term kettling and I learned about it, I was like, oh shit. And then you're hearing about people's passports being messed up. You're hearing about people not able to cross the border over into Canada, not from the Canadian side, but from our side. And so I'm like, what? Oh my God. And then I could not find this interview for nothing. I've been looking for it, and I probably need to watch the entirety of the interview that Elon did with Nat Yahoo, because there's one line in this thing, and I remember watching it last year, and there was one, I'm getting goosebumps, and this line stands out, because Nat Yahoo goes, what happens if people leave, or something like that, and he goes, well, they can't, and I went, what? Did anybody hear that, right? And I haven't seen the entirety of the interview again. But I remember catching that particular part, and I'm like, they're trying to trap us here. Like, if you want to cleanse your country, why would you not allow people to leave? And they don't. It's not about cleansing people from the point of actual deportations, because if you notice, they're not really deporting people. They have been cruelty is the point, because if it was a real deportation, they would have been taking people to their country of their origin, and they weren't doing that. We saw that with dropping all the Venezuelan people into an El Salvador prison. I was like, but if you know they're Venezuelans, why would you take them there? And then you find out that Abrego Garcia was an El Salvadoran, and he was granted asylum so he wouldn't go back to get killed. And that's when I realized, oh shit. So basically, they sent the Salvadorans back to El Salvador to be imprisoned, and Venezuelans be damned, right? And they did it for those 9 Venezuelans, right? And so I'm just like, okay, they won't let people leave. Like, this is insane. And then I thought about it. It's not about people leaving. It's about the cleansing. It's literally back to Germany. Germany wasn't letting people leave. Excuse me. It wasn't about allowing people to live and to leave. It was about cleansing, eugenics. And so they want to entrap people here for the eugenics purposes and to reinstate slavery, which is interesting. I always laugh because they seem to assume that we are ancestors in the effect that we come from all these different tribes and we do not speak the same language and we do not speak their language, so we do not understand what's going on. Oh no, we grew up here. Not only did we grow up here, but we spent hundreds of years watching you be predator to our prey. And one rule of a prey is to always know what your predator is doing and what they actually think and believe. So we're not socially ignorant, so enslavement won't work again. It just won't, because now there's too much to lose. And that's the thing. If you ever notice, like say with football or something, a team rarely loses twice to the same team in the same season. It rarely ever happens that you will beat the same team twice. Rarely ever. Why? Because they have learned not just their own mistakes, but the way that you actually move. And so it just wouldn't make sense to think that even after a slight struggle, you'll be able to enslave Black people and Mexicans and everybody else. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a pipe dream. It's amazing out here. I'm just annoyed at all the noise. People are like, how do you know you're autistic? Give me a minute. Take me somewhere. Take me to the grocery store. Grocery store is where I had my first panic attack and bitch fit. It's crazy. But anyway. So now I go shades, headphones, and then a list oftentimes. All right. So I just want to close it out. Okay, so that was the kettling part. And I wondered about that. So the next part of the why here is, oh my God, what was the other part of the why that I was just going to say? We know that they're trying to get to a drone state, drone police state. Why do we know that? Because we are not just drone police state, but also robotic police state. Basically, we want RoboCop and all that shit to happen for real. iRobot, everything, every dystopian and horror thriller, such as Terminator, that we've ever watched. These people are like, oh my God, that sounds like the dream. Let's make it. Like to willingly walk into iRobot. Like, oh my God, absolutely. Let's create sentient AI. And then they sell it with the lie of, if we don't make it, the other countries will. And so now you're like, FOMO. Oh my God, you're right. Because then they'll have a bigger weapon than we have. Or nobody does it. How about nobody does it? Okay, whatever. Moving on. So then, what was the other thing? Vermont, the alligators. Okay, so now it's interesting what you're talking about with Vermont. Because hold on, let me see how Dubai treats people. But if you, I don't know if y'all know this, but do y'all know that Don the Con, as I forgot who calls him, has there's an expose on his Dubai golf course where he was doing indentured servants. Like he would get immigrants to come to Dubai to work in his thing. He would take all their papers, their visas, their passports, etc. And they would have to buy that back. But they also had to pay for the room and board at his resort. And he paid them so much under that they could never save the money because they also had to pay for their food. So they had to pay for their food and their living so they could never buy back their papers, so they could never leave, because the threat was, I'll throw you out there. And then Dubai would be like, you ain't got papers, what you doing here? Anyway, what was included since last year? I missed that part. The election truth. No, I don't remember Vermont being done. I know they said Pennsylvania, Arizona. And it's funny, like there was like really no news released on the fact that they grabbed the Arizona papers too. Oh God, we went back to this bad singer. But the pills are working now, so it's not as... What else was it? What was the other state? Oh, Vegas, Nevada, and then I know they were doing Miami, North Carolina. I don't remember anything about Vermont. Okay. Vermont has a lot of older adults and veterans that live in their state. Okay. Maybe they want to treat people like Vermont, like Dubai does. That's what Dubai does. That's why people are not allowed to speak against it. Oh. So they do what he does with his resort over there? So that's just a common practice. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so to wrap this up. So the point then is that they want to break the U.S. And we should have known that since the beginning, because I know I've been saying it since the beginning. Like when you hear what Project 2025 is about, allegedly, it's like, oh, you're trying to break us. In fact, one of the reasons that PayPal was created was to disrupt the American dollar system. And then when you compare that to the fact that Peter said that he also wants to, that democracy doesn't work, you know, the same democracy that allowed him to be here doesn't work. You know, people like to burn the bridge after them. Fuck, man. It's like every time it changes, it's too novel for me, so it grabs my attention. Everything is just too new. And then the music, the instruments are always either poorly recorded or they're just so sharp. Anyway, what was I thinking? I don't know if you guys are talking because I don't see anything. Okay, so I was just thinking about something. Oh, okay, so that was the point. The point is to break the U.S., allegedly. So now Iran is talking about the Strait of Hormuz, whatever. It has to be paid for, oil has to be paid for in Chinese yuan. Yuan? No, Japanese yen. What is the Chinese money called? once they go there, they aren't able to visit their families for years. Ooh, do those papers and debts. So that's the way they operate. That's disgusting as hell. That is so disgusting. And it's really weird because it's such a puritanical type of place. Like hyper religious. You can't go there with a boyfriend. Y'all will be arrested. Like you can't be in the same room. Like all this purity stuff. And then it's like, then you hear stories about the women who go over there and who are paid like $10,000 to go over there so that they can get shat on for sexual pleasure. Hey, Lisa. It is astounding the way these purity culture rules are, but then you're begging for women to be free within the confines of your power. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, that's really interesting. It makes sense. But I know that they have an expose out on YouTube about Don the Khan's Dubai resort. Yemen may shut down their strait too. Again, this is the point, right? The point is to break America. But here's the thing. That's the point of the people within our country. The people within our country and the two people who we have made allies, even though they're enemies, which is the I state and the Vodka state. All three of these people, because we're so infiltrated, the point is to break down and take over. And then, the little Christian people who think they're going to be the ones on top. No, because then next thing you know, we're going to flip to a holy war of Jewish versus Christian. And it's going to be stupid if we allow it to go that far. I don't think we will. And here's why. Because their real leader is gone and our fake one is gone. And I think our fake one is about to be exposed according to the reading that we did in the first part. Like a couple hours ago. So that's why I'm saying, getting back to this, right? Seeing them walking away, and then under the walking way is the tower. Seeing this Three of Wands, right? So this Three of Wands is looking for other options or trying to watch from afar. It has both implications. Watching what happens from afar. Technology needs to evolve where I can put up a shield. Like, let me hit a button and go, sound barrier. That's what I want. That's what I want. Anyway. Of course, that'll be used dirtily, too. Okay. So what I was saying is, this plays two different ways. It's somebody watching what happens from afar, like basically like monitoring if things are going the way they want it to. But it's also trying to find other options because they effed up their escape route. A lot of them are headed to the ME. A lot of them are planning to go there. Now it's like really the only place they can go because they can't go to Iceroll. Iceroll's getting its ass handed to it. So all they have left really is South America. However, what just came up now, what just bubbled to the surface is those leaders, after the shenanigans meeting they just had, those leaders are like, let us talk. So what's really going to happen is that all the band of brothers are about to cut the U.S. out of the conversation. That is not the Blues Brothers. That is horrible. Because what's under this? What was under the Three of Wands that backed up exactly what I was just telling you is the the King of Pentacles, which stands for our shady ollies, right? But then, right under that, what I just saw was the Six of Swords, the inability to move on. They have stuck themselves. Basically, the karma is returning. Karma is like, okay, those the cards you're playing. Guess what? I got the bigger ones. You know. Um, this is really interesting. Oh, okay. This is really interesting because this is the whistleblower card for us, or at least for me. You know, people have their own things, but the Page of Swords is often my whistleblower, somebody coming out to tell what's happening. But this is in reverse, so it feels like one of trying to shut down whistleblowers, but there's going to be a leak because the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is telling me there's going to be a leak. They are not going to succeed in blocking everything from getting out. Because guess what does? The proof gets out. They're going to miss their opportunities because they effed up. They miscalculated, and they miscalculate all the time. Yes, it is a messenger, but for me, it counts as a whistleblower messenger, in other words. But in the reverse, I feel like they get shut down. At least that's the way I read it. Because I'm more of a storyteller than doctrine. Okay, so then what I saw under this, under the Nine of Cups in reverse, again, our other Ali card, but this is a smug merchant part of it, so. He's out, so that's not even, oh, okay, that's right, he's out. So it's like, when do we say that? When do we shine a light on the fact that he is not here anymore? Hey, beautiful. When do we let that secret out? When do we let people know that he is no longer amongst us? And they've got to do it fast, because if people find out before they say anything, then it's treason. If they get ahead of it and say, oh my God, he has died, then America is a gumbo, y'all. Miami more so than any, because that was something, Emmy. It really is. When do we let this out? When do we make the announcement? When do we let it hit the news? When do we let it get in the papers? When do we tell them? And when do we tell them that we're 25thing and we're raising up the VP? When do we do it? But if they don't do it quickly, y'all, if they don't do it quickly, they're not going to survive this. They're not going to be able to weather the storm. If they don't get ahead of it, it is going to get ahead of them and defeat them, because this news is coming. This is our muskrat card. This is our shenanigans at the contest spot card. And this is too. It's funny. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I just got so many goosebumps, y'all, because look what I just saw after that. Oh my God. If they don't get ahead of it, if they don't get ahead and say, hey, he died, and let the AI die, like everybody's dream, oh, look, he fell on news. If they don't get ahead of it, it is about to catch up with them, because we're going to find out that Muskrat and the computers did some switcherooey, and then with the switcherooey, guess what's going to come? Wait, what did we have first? First, we had the military. Then we had justice. It will get served. It will get served if they don't get ahead of it. And see, and they've already propped it up too long. They were supposed to let it out back in January. Well, actually, by the end of December, they were supposed to be raising homeboy up and saying, "Hey, it's you. You get to take over." But they didn't do that. They listened to the 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 greed, the Ollie's, the greed. Let's go make some money real quick. Let's go hit Venezuela. Let's go take Cuba. Let's go do the Greenland. Let's go. If you notice, after my dream, things got extremely hectic. Extremely hectic, right? Let me see. What are y'all talking about? Because they have to scapegoat someone, and the whistleblower won't have it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yemen Strait also affects oh yeah. And with the Suez Canal, I think that's how you pronounce it, that was affecting Amazon. Because when they had their original idea of the technocracy, Bezos was supposed to be in charge of shipping and all that kind of stuff. Zuckerberg was supposed to be part of, social media and whatever, communications. And then like they had their roles they were going to do. But honey, when I say this shit got far away from them, it did. It got far away from them. And even then, even when they thought of the technocracy, they thought of it being spread amongst them. But you know who did not think of it being spread amongst them? Peter. Peter plans to be the ultimate at the end. Peter is the Antichrist. And that's what he calls himself. That's why he's pursuing it and he's saying it, because he is the Antichrist to him. Yeah, they better act fast. So that DT mask is killing it. Yeah, they don't live in any version of reality, but I think that's why Scott got shook up. Because if the cards are right today, he's crossed. If the cards are correct, Netanyahu is gone. We had that he was near it, but today's cards, this morning, when I read initially, the first thing that came out, whoa. Matter of fact, I'm getting goosebumps so crazy right now. And we were gonna follow up with my boy Nick's real quick. But the first things that came out was the VOTESs being found out, and the global conflict escalating, but not being well done. And then it's really interesting because after I read that about the global conflict escalating, I then read about the Marines being sent over, and that's boots in the ground. That's almost surety of death, right? Because Iran's not here to play. Matter of fact, the ME is not here to play, because the ME understands that the point is erasure. So they're fighting for their lives while we're fighting for oil and control. Who has a bigger fight? Who has a bigger fight? Girl, the secession plan is crazy as F. Yes, the weather is definitely changing. Like, how did people have weather in the 90s earlier this month? Mother Nature is fighting too, by the way. I don't know if people have realized that, but she's been doing her dollar. She was giving Russia business last year. Towards the bottom end, especially after we had that channeling, that vision quest, where I got, it's like Mother Nature was in the fight too. She was sending them volcanoes. She was sending them earthquakes. She was about to send them a doggone tsunami. So she was in it. She was in it. Like, y'all, one of the things I've come to understand, especially in this last year, is that the earth will fight for her too. She'll fight for her when we won't. She got rid of dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? She gonna fight to survive. But right now we're getting a little bit of help. Okay. So that's really interesting, is that they're going to come out and they're lacking priority. It's like they don't understand what to be doing, because one thing they weren't counting on, and this is why we need to do more of the damn thing, is the American people going, this is my line. This is my line. American people going, all right, I don't have a sword. I don't have a drone. But I do have a big stick, and I will make me a fence, a barrier. I will make it into a spear. One thing we will be is resourceful. I know people are talking about the American people right now, including me. I'm talking about the especially white American people, because it's like, y'all, we really got to wait 2 more weeks for a goddamn parade. But that said, I got chastised a little bit on that, because it was kind of like, but this is effective too, though. You know, it doesn't feel that way. But one of the things that came to me in a prayer that I had, was that this is also effective for those who are doing something, right? Everybody has their job, everybody has their role, and that's the thing I have to remember. But at the same time, some people aren't stepping up to the plate that they're supposed to be stepping up to. So things will escalate to the point to where it's a point of no return. That said, though, they weren't counting on people to fight back. People who are not born of the American spirit, and I don't necessarily mean just immigrants. I mean immigrants who think they're better than Americans. What they don't realize is we may have been, I was going to say, seduced with convenience, right? Because we gave up control for convenience a lot of times. In fact, when I was a AP teacher, AP English teacher, one of our questions was, which is more important, safety or independence, or something like that. And it was something about, basically, would you shut up? Damn. It's like, would you give up your First Amendment right for safety? You know, and some people will. Some people are so chicken shit. They absolutely will. They absolutely will. You know, and grind you, mind you. Ooh, what does that mean? I gotta come back to that. Because I was about to blow past it, and then it was like, hold that thought. Grind you. Somebody's about to be outed. I know that guy who caused the Minnesota problem with the whole Somali daycare thing. He just got busted as a pedophile, trying to meet up with a 15-year-old girl. But, and talking about he was gonna flew her out. Yes, I said it that way. Hold on. I was just going somewhere and I lost it. I know the grind thing. I'm gonna pause that because you're about to tell me what that's about. I was saying something about me being chicken shit to a degree. I am. I don't like scary movies and shit. So if I hear a noise, I'm not going outside to investigate the noise. So that in itself could be bad too, you know? The gaslighting absolutely does tell on them. Let me go back. Yes, we're on, it's really weird, Sandy, but it's true. We're on the correct timeline right now. The correct one for this time, because we should have nipped it in the bud last year. Because I keep getting, it should have been over within 6 months. Like, there was just too many bridges too far that should have wrapped it up. And the complacency, I just kept feeling people being sedated. Again, that's giving up control for convenience. And we were sedated and seduced by that, right? How many people won't go to the store? How many people DoorDash? How many people Uber so they don't drive? And they have cars. How many people, you know, so we give up convenience, right? We allowed, for instance, Amazon to tank our local stores because they had 2-day shipping, which they no longer have. And then, because it's hard and it's quite unsustainable. Walmart, we allowed Walmart to tank the stores because he had this rule of no inflation over 30% of the market value, whatever. He had these rules that kept the prices low, right? So we had all these conveniences that meant we ended up giving up control. I guess he had to tell somebody he was leaving. I'm leaving, you need to go home. I don't know. Somebody at the park, I guess. But because I was just thinking about like the Ring camera. Like, we got the Ring cameras for the convenience of safety, right? Or to the appearance of control. We can see who's at our door. That doesn't mean you control shit. Somebody could still steal and you'd be like, hey, I see you. I'm recording you. Okay. Beeper. um, yeah, corporate domination. We allowed, it was so insidious how it was sold to us as convenience. Meanwhile, they knew exactly what they were doing with it. In fact, I remember listening to an interview, a 60-minute interview pre Larry Ellison's takeover, a 60-minute interview with somebody from Facebook, and she was talking about how there was this moment where all of a sudden Zuckerberg realized, and yes, I say Zuckerberg, realized that he had more power than he possibly could in his hands. And she was saying that he was thinking of actually running for office, which is kind of why he let Cambridge do its thing, right? So she said he got office things, and he was upset though because China kept him at bay. China would not let Facebook really grab a foothold in their country. Someone being a thief and someone being the background. Okay, yeah. Hold on. I'm glad you know like the extra stuff. Um, Now this one's not that bad. This song is not that bad because the music plays together. I mean, the voice still sucks, but the music plays together. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Gaia is changing. I don't use those words. Like I'm new to those words, so they don't feel good to me. I just say Earth, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. But if y'all like Gaia, go with it. Yeah, she does fight for herself though. The Galactic Alliance. I'm very curious what that alliance actually is. Like, I think Libby or somebody talked about how they won't let a nuclear weapon go off to the point where it disturbs the other planets. And anything that happens to our planet, obviously, because of the design of the universe, does mess with other planets / other universes. So, she and other people always saw if they do the nuclear, um, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm sorry, hold on. Wait a second. Let me write this down. Wait a second. April 12th through the 19th, pink full moon. Okay. I had to remember what the full moon was. Wait a second. Scott, nuclear, shook. I don't think it's just the fact that the draft will be reinstituted. I don't think it's just the fact that BB is dead. There's something to deal with that nuclear. There's something about the nuclear. I'll come back to that. There's something about that nuclear. Because he was shook. It's not about North Korea, even though North Korea has been practicing saying, hey, I'm a threat too. There's something here. My arm is slowly raising in goosebumps. There's something here. What is here? What is here? What is here? What is here? What are you showing me? Okay, now the back of my head is going up in goosebumps. What are you showing me? Read on it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause this where we are. We're gonna switch over to these. Okay. Because we're not done here. You're absolutely right. There's a thief thing, but the thief thing here is in the reverse, and this is about them facing the consequences of their thievery, being caught. Because, oh my gosh. Okay, pause here. Let me read here. Because, oh shit, hold on. Well, I'll say this and then we'll move on. Because right under this is the Ace of Cups. Right under that is the Page of Cups. Right under that is the Ace of Pentacles, and right under that is the Devil in reverse. This though gives me a pause, which is the Judgment in reverse. So this gives me a pause. And we have nothing but, oh my God. Then we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Emperor, and then the Seven of Cups in reverse. And then the Page of Wands. All right. We got to come back to this. Hold on. I'm putting it back in order. Okay. Let me put this over here. Oh my gosh. What are you showing me? What are you showing? Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this real quick, and then we're going to go back. The Ten of Pentacles, this is documents. This is the interference. And right under that is the blue star in reverse. This is ice state. Oh my God. And then the King of Swords right under that. Yes. Okay, moving on. Well, moving in a pause. What are you showing me about Scott and his shookedness? Is this, no, okay. So what are you showing me about Scott? What are you showing me about Scott? Wheel of Fortune. I need more. Okay, the community building is going to be important. It is. It's absolutely important. It'll last longer and stabilize after the fall. That is needed. Liberty. Pact Act needs to be repealed. Yes. LG. Exactly, Dawn. I was getting LG or grind. No, I'm getting Mike. They're going to take down Mike. Okay, the gaslighting tells on them. All right, the song from America's Next Model. ISIS was supposed to be over in last October. Yes, it was. It was supposed to be last October. Remember, we had the acceleration happening towards the end of October. And then it's the response of the people, you know? It's the response of the people. The No Kings thing happened, but it took, the air was taken out of us because right after the No Kings was the rash action, which we had read was going to happen, and that was of the East Wing being demolished. And then it was something that very next week I went, oh my God, you guys are not moving in the right direction. I forgot what happened the very next week. But anyway, moving on. Damn, and it's crazy because I did not think to download all my October readings. I didn't think to download those. I didn't think about downloading until we got into November. And then I was like, ah, shit. So I missed all the October readings, including the ones where we had the vision quest about the seals coming in and Barry and Hillary working together to build a coalition, and the message that John Lewis had told us, and the message that Ivana had told us. I don't have those. Well, I do have Ivana. She's on my page, but the other messages I don't have. Anyway, if anyone, if you enjoyed this live, please, housekeeping is to hit subscribe. Subscribers are the only people who can talk to me. You have to be at least subscribed for 20 minutes to talk to me, though. You've been researching nuclear too. Okay. Atomic veterans. And ooh, yeah, that's right. You keep talking about the Manhattan Project. Something about Clinton and Lindsay. Oh my God, I'm at 252 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. Thank y'all so much. All right. Oh, and we are even. I love even. 2020. 20 people here, 20 likes. Love it. If you haven't liked it, please like it. All right. So, what are you showing me about this? About Scott? Scott was shaking. He was blinking, stuttering. He said, I will give my son's life. You know, I will sacrifice my, he was something like, I'd be proud to have my son sacrifice. Well, not sacrifice, whatever. I knew that meant the draft was coming. But it's something bigger than the draft. The draft wasn't going to shake him like that. Even though he went to his son, and I'm like, that was such a tell for you to go to your son, but you couldn't even get out how much you would sacrifice your son. So there's something about certain death that feels, I think he heard about the nuclear. Okay, so what are you showing me? Hold on. So as Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay. King of Swords in reverse, Lovers in reverse. There's definitely a breakup here. And I think the breakup was kind of, I was gonna say involuntary. But it's interesting because the Lovers are always my epiphiles girls. Because if you notice, it's like 3 different hands here. 1, 2, 3. So you have a polished hand. You have a hand with snakes on the sleeve though. Snakes on a sleeve. Snakes on a sleeve. And then the pictures. Scott's openly gay, so that can't be it. The president wants to see you. And he went to the Situation Room, which is a skiff. They don't go to skiffs. So, who the fuck was in that skiff? I'm sorry. I just realized there was somebody in there that shouldn't have been in there. It isn't just the news he heard, it's also the person he saw. He was gone for 2 hours. Actually less. He had to compose himself as much as he could before he had it back. So it might have been about an hour. And then I think he did a whole bunch of phone calls is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like he called a whole lot of people. Advice, warnings. The fuck are you hiding? What are you hiding? Okay, so we're at the point of no return. That's what I'm getting from him. We're at the point of no return. Okay. The lovers. This is not about the Epps files. I wish people would stop saying that. Oh, we're at war for the Epps files. That was a very conveniently created audio to make you think that's why he went. That is not why he went. I need people to stop being so simple. That's not why he went. It's not, first of all, because he didn't choose it. They don't give a shit about this man being in the Epps files. We've known for over 10 years that he is a pedophile. We've known what he's done to teenagers already. The only thing that's different is hearing like Sasha's stories and stuff like that. That's the only thing different. But nobody in his circle or even in his voter base gives a shit about him being there because we knew about it before November 2016. So I wish we'd stop saying that the Epps files is going to do this and do this. It did not do it. I'm sorry. But like people are talking about the 13-year-old Jane Doe rape or whatever, excuse my language here. It's not excuse my language, but I don't mean to trigger people. I'm a survivor myself, y'all. So it's not me being disregarding of what happened. It's me using common sense here. They don't care because most men in his base or circle wish they could. And in fact, according to the news and the arrest reports, a lot of them do. Who was in that skiff? Who was there that wasn't supposed to be there? It wasn't Susie. Who was in that skiff? And they're not listening to Condi because they would not have gone to Iraq if they listened to Condi, because Condi said that is a no-win. Notice we didn't get out of Iraq until, well, we didn't get out of Afghanistan until Biden's first year because the asshole left that for Biden to do. We didn't take care of the leader of ISIS until Obama. And that was in the second term, I think. No, in the first term. Who was in that skiff? Who was in the skiff? Who was on the phone? They need his phone records. Who was in the skiff? The Situation Room. Because first of all, that man would not be in Washington because he's been doing everything in Florida. So why would the president need you in the Situation Room? That was a very clear sentence. It was a very clear sentence. They would not have said that near recordings, that the president needs you in the Situation Room. They would not have said that unless they were trying to say something to us about it. One, they got ridiculed for their dumb skiffs in Mar-a-Lago. So maybe they're trying to say he's being more presidential now, being in the actual Situation Room. But something's no. Okay. It was very deliberate. Very deliberate. Kush is a problem, but Kush will probably be dead by the end of the year. Exactly, Bree. Who could have been there that isn't dead? It had to be somebody's guard or something. Because I just heard MI6, but I don't know if it was Britain at all or if it would have been. But I think it was just to tell me that it was something of that caliber was inside the White House. Like, what are they even doing in the? That's the impression I'm getting. Is like when he walked in that room, it's like, what are you doing in here? You know, like you're not even supposed to be in here. Um, I'm getting the word disguise. They got in there through a disguise because cameras and stuff would have picked somebody up who shouldn't have been there. What is it? It feels foreign nation, for real. It was definitely code. Let me see something. Yeah, okay. And then they're spying through the ring. Of course. That's the part that matters, Elise, honestly. That's the part we need to really be paying attention to. Again, the money, the scientists, the spies, the collaborations, that's the part of the files that actually matters in catching them. Like in catching them. Because the predator part, the rest of America's like, oh my God, it's terrible, because it is. But these men don't operate in the same levels we do. They don't see people as people, they see people as disposable. That's wild. That's what you keep thinking. We need to connect, Mother Nora. Yeah, we definitely do. That's why I'm outside with my feet on the ground. Yeah, who called him out? Are you retracting your messages? I don't know how to pronounce your other name, UI. Are you the one retracting your messages? Or is YT doing this to you? There was someone in that situation room. Exactly, you can't see them, right? Just someone, yes. Like, the minute I went, wait, what are you doing here? Like, I was like, wait, somebody's in there that's not supposed to be there. Military contracts, the next purported unethical medical experimentation. Ugh. I mean, that's definitely a part of it. Was it Kush with the news? No, my immediate physical response was no, it wasn't Kush. He was with that person. That's how the person got through. Because Kush has free reign. He doesn't even have to swipe to get into anything. I don't know why. Yeah, his face looked alarmed when they told him that. Especially because he knows that guy doesn't exist either. He knows the guy's gone. Our actual president, I think, is dead. Nat Yahoo, I think, crossed. And he was the one running us, really. Well, I'm trying to feel if there's somebody bigger than him. No, because he had, I keep going back to his statement of turn the whole world blue. So he had grander plans than having someone above him. I don't think he had anybody above him. Unless someone was pulling strings on his, to make his way easier? I'm trying to pick that up. Yeah, they are definitely shrouded. And I think the Situation Room is part of that. It feels kind of blocked. Barr. I got a feeling Barr is going to have an accident. He's dispensed this. Wait. I don't think it was Jeffrey. No, it wasn't Jeffrey. It's just like the young boy. Yeah, I don't believe none of that, right? That shot at him. Yeah. And then, yeah. I don't believe. First of all, we already looked at Butler. Butler was an AI thing. We examined it. I think if it's not here on this page, it's on my other page, other channel. But we already examined that. That was straight up AI. The nuclear does signal other beings and planets. Okay, I feel like we're flying headless. We are. That's why I'm saying, when Net came to visit, that's when I realized, like, you already suspect, oh, Israel's pulling cards and stuff. But when Net came to visit, like February 8th or something, I went, oh, he's calling the shots. He's the one they're listening to. And then they had 3 visits last month. Okay, that music is blocking me. It is, doesn't it? The very first president, we're not gonna, okay. B. People keep propping him up. I don't think the boy's going to see 30. I could be wrong. I just think he's just going to go into the wrong crowd like everybody else. But because he's so propped up, I think he's actually going to fall before 30. I hear like 29. Because I can see them making him the youngest president ever. Like, literally, the time he turns 35, they would be having him run. I can see that happening. But I also don't see him making it before 30. I don't know what I'm feeling. Let me back up. Okay, so like I said, we're at the point of no return with something, and I think it has to do with the nuclear. Because this is something with the lovers. So they're no longer working in tandem. I feel like it is somebody who would be within the files. We just don't know that they're that important. And again, not because of sex acts, but because of the other treasonous activity that takes place. And then here we have the King of Swords in reverse. So this feels like, yes, a boss. A boss, a boss, a boss. We're in such a movie. But it's not Net. Oh, she did? Okay, hold on. Show me the, okay. What's got him shook? Like, what's the challenge to, what is he seeing as a point of no return? Oh. They're tied. They have no option but to go forward. They have no option but to go forward. I think this is the nuclear. I think this is nuclear. Okay. It feels bunker time, is what I'm getting. There definitely were some plans drawn, some plans that are of the truth. I think he's finally seen the reality, the connected dots between what they're doing and what they're about to do. And he has no way out of it because they're tied to it. Right? Game of Thrones in a way? Yeah. I don't know. I never watched Game of Thrones, but okay. It's so Truman's World, man. They're making him do that, Dawn, though. They're trying to prop him up because now I'm hearing other people like, Baron. And I was like, no, don't do that. But anyway, so, okay. He knows there's no survival chances here. Oh my God. I think it is nuclear. Um, Seeing the plans, seeing what is going to take place, seeing that there will be next to no survivors, and that we're going to be sacrificing Americans to make it happen. Kind of like how in the Vietnam, when they were dropping napalm to clear out the jungle, and they don't care if they had a platoon there or not. They're like, you gotta sacrifice what you gotta do. Yeah, there's only that one interview that I found, which was just before the October attack in 23. And I guess I gotta watch it because they're sitting much like they were before, because Nat was on the further side and then Muskie was on the front side. So I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. Okay, so they're tied, and this feels nuclear symbolic, right? You know, obviously it's something else, but it's just giving that feel. You know, it's like atoms, electrons, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh, he turned the music down. Sweet Jesus, thank you. Now you stop hitting the pole. Okay. Okay. It feels like he was trying to hold off on making that decision in the past. The 14400? What? 100? What? I don't know about that. What is that? What was 144,000? I don't know about that. I don't know that number specifically, so I don't know. If they push that button, it really is way past the point. Yeah, it would be past the point of no return. However, as I was saying earlier, Libby and somebody else. I know Lady G, not Lady G, Linda G was saying, it's so weird that the other lady calls herself Lady G. Because I'm like, I don't really watch her, but Linda G was saying too that she doesn't get that there's going to be a nuclear thing going off. But Libby gets that it's going to try to go off, but basically it's going to backfire and take out whoever that is. Like, you know, get stuck, get jammed, backfire, something. Because her thing too is that they wouldn't let it do another Hiroshima. I mean, like the fact that we got plants in Hiroshima that sprouted from nowhere and that eats nuclear to clean it, like, you know that is galactic help. You know that's galactic help. Okay, so in the past, though, he was trying to put them off. Definitely were phone calls. Definitely were phone calls coming through. He was trying to put them off. Trying to talk them out of it. Trying to but there's another way. There's another plan. Hold on, give me time. That was definitely asked. They should refuse, but will they? Okay. Oh, whoever that is, bro, he is the boss. He is the devil, the make-believe devil. He is that person. And then we got the Eight of Cups in reverse. This feels like something. It feels like a late player, right? Meaning after DT either went down or left. Oh yes, it's a late player. So now we're dealing with Five of Swords. So as we said, we're running around like a chicken. You're getting a bush? I'm not getting any of the old people. And by old, I mean like 70s, 80s. Like, in other words, they would have been the 90s, 2000s people. I'm not getting any of them. It feels like a younger energy, like a more dangerous, younger, threatening energy. So it could be 50s, even 60s, but, or even 40s. There's a ruthless energy to this person who stepped in and blackmailed the shit out of them because they know that Trump is not here. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. They know. Because the current energy that Scott is going through is this Five of Swords energy, y'all. Oh, hey, everybody. Carly, girl, listen, we miss you. He owns the Big O. Who does? Wait, what did I miss? Who owns the Big O? Oh, Larry Eaton? Maybe his son. Because Larry E is in the 70s, too. He's just a year or two younger than the T-Man. It could be his son, David. What's up? What do you need? In my purse. Why? What'd you eat with allergies?
Huh?
What'd you eat with an allergy?
So, when she showed me brought cookies, and I ate one of the cookies, and I ended up having peanut
Kiddo, stick to what you know. Don't ever eat anything new. That's two. Take them both. You're out of allergy medicine in there? Okay, I'll pick you up some more. There's no liquid? There's no Benadryl? No liquid? All right, go drink something real quick. Oh, having a kid with a peanut allergy is so scary. Okay. There's another name. Oh my God, there was another name of another person. He was brand new to me. Oh my God, it was in somebody's video. I was like, thanks for giving me another name of people to hate. Oh my God, it's another name. I don't know, it's so many of them. Oh, it was a Jewish name though. Something Stein. Silverstein. Silverstein? I think that was the name. Thank y'all for your likes. I appreciate it. Counting calories, yeah. Someone's son named David. Yep. James is Scorpio. James is Scorpio. Who's James? Which James? Who's James? Hold on. I'm trying to not let my cards blow. I don't think he would be the mastermind. I think he's aware of who the mastermind is, the guy who bought the buildings. Because he's another old one. He's another 70, 81. It's weird to think of people doing this for money. Like, money is... Or power, actually. It's more power over people, but I don't get it. And I pray I never do. The one that is messing with everyone's numbers on. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Your brain swimming since the situation room. Someone connected to LG for him to act this way. Who is he close to? LG. Why? LG is AI. I've been going back through his videos. LG has been AI. All that stupid shit he's saying, most of that is AI. And we got on our last reading that it was foreign AI creation. I think it's more of a point of no return than, okay. I did wonder if it was a an attack, because I was, I mean, actually, no, the attack is, okay. It, I think that might be what I read this morning. The Knight of Swords with the 8 of Wands in reverse. I do feel a huge flag about to happen. And I think I was supposed to be reading on will it be blocked. Um, Basically, let's put this in perspective now that I saw a different picture in front of my head. Remember when G-Dub got the word during the, very conveniently, got the word while reading to kids in a preschool? Yes, Suze. Remember that look on G-Dub's face? Didn't it look like G-Dub's? Yeah, with magic. Yeah, we definitely picked up dark magic energy, especially with this, the devil card coming out. Ooh, when did you come out? When did I do an 8 of Pentacles? Okay, here's what, okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my God, there's a couple things. Okay, y'all have to go back and watch this morning's reading. This morning, when I was like, what are we gonna read on? We got basically 3 events that are gonna be happening very soon. The first one, like I said, is the definitive proof of the shenanigans. The second one was the Knight of Swords with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So to me, that was the flag. And then there was a third one on the outside, which backed up the proof one. All right, I'm gonna finish this and then we're gonna go to Nick's with this question, this next question. Exactly, the TSA is being weakened. God, I got goosebumps on that. Erasing the evidence implicates them. We saw that this has a lot to do with planes. That's why I keep getting pushed. Okay. Jesus, man. I have too many chills right now. Yeah, a lot of them are quitting because I mean, you can't have 3 shutdowns where you don't get paid over the course of 4 months, 5 months, and real life keeps going. You got bills, and kids and whatever, but oh my gosh. Y'all, it's gonna be big. Okay, so what I was saying is it feels like there's a race against time. And the race against time is, 1, they know their time is up, right? 2, too many people know their secret about the dumpy one not being here. 3, they just found out that Net is gone or gravely gone. I don't know if they got to the gone part yet, but what I saw, he's crossed, or he's crossing definitely this week. But in other words, he's incapacitated. So I think I said 1 or 2 was the proof of things happening. The This Will Hold article is a huge spark. It is what the people needed, and by the people I mean the ones with some power. It's what they needed to start looking closer. Then, because the proof of this, and we had the magician earlier, the proof of this is, oh yeah, and this was the vote changing. Also, the proof of this is the EO. The proof of this is you get erased. Your entire cabinet gets deleted. And the proof of that is you will be in jail. Like, you will be in jail. Oh, you felt his panic? It's really crazy. I'm not feeling his energy. Yeah, time is up. You're feeling panic too? Mm-hmm. Time is up. So with Scott, it's a few things, right? They're gonna pull this major flag to. That's what I got this morning. They're pulling the major flag to distract from the evidence that's getting ready to come out. The files are one thing, and as I said, that's not for your mouth. Let me see. Topical. I don't think you can put this on your face. No, this is for stuff like poison ivy and stuff. Did you drink water?
Yeah.
If you feel like you can't breathe, let me know. We'll do the EpiPen. Is it working? Okay. If you can't breathe, we'll get that EpiPen right away. You gotta let me know. Can you breathe? Is your throat closing? Okay. You're just itchy. You're just itchy
Like the top of my roof itches.
of your mouth? Okay. You're gonna have to let the medicine do the work on that one. I'll make
I
sure. I'll
brushed
make
my
sure.
teeth 2 times
Uh
and
huh.
rinsed out my mouth with soap.
Okay. Let's think. Is there any Listerine? Ask your auntie if there's any Listerine or scope or something for you to gargle your mouth out. Try to kill anything else that's in there.
The what?
Mouthwash. But otherwise, you're just gonna have to wait for the Benadryl to work. I said, otherwise, you're gonna have to wait for the allergy medicine to work. As long as you can breathe, okay. If you can't breathe, you gotta let me know so I can shoot you. Salt water. Try salt water. The ladies on here said salt water. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, the pills work pretty fast. Um, because he catches it like right away. Like right away, he'll start going, something feels funny. So the pills catch it really fast. Um, it's just like his eyes were open, they weren't closed. So his eyes were open. His eyes weren't red. His cheeks were flushed, but that's it. That's why I was like looking at him really hard. Ugh, allergic to bees, man, that's terrible. I love bumblebees. Um, can't remember where I was. Yeah, we discovered he was allergic to peanuts when he was 1 year old. My mother. Grandmas don't listen to mothers. So she introduced him to peanuts. And next thing you know, I'm at the urgent care, him getting a shot and everything. Because he turned red and started swelling. It was terrible. No, he's not. He's only allergic to peanuts. The lentils. He's like, these are okay. So I was like, that's a no. But he eats peas, fine. Um, he's not allergic to tree nuts, thankfully. It's just peanuts, and people put peanuts. Like they went to an anime shop, the game store the other week, and they made boba tea, and they made his obviously without peanuts. He made sure no peanuts, nothing contaminated. They didn't clean their shit, so like luckily, I don't drop my kids off. I stay wherever they go. I just stay out the way. I let them be kids, and so they just came and found me, and he had to take a pill. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Okay. So time-wise, there's a lot of stuff pushing on everything. We're we're at the convergence point, is what it feels like. You know, if this was the movie, this would be probably the last 45 minutes of the movie. This would be where, hey, this would be where, you know, the bad guys are racing to get their thing done. The good guys are racing to find the codes. You know, the other guy is racing to bring the code to the other good guy. Like this is the chasing scene. This is the heightening scene. They've already had the false victory. They already thought they got away with shit. We already had the false victory. We thought we were turning shit around. We're now at that part of the movie where it's a race. Um, a race to confrontation. And this is where we are. We're at a race to confrontation. Yeah, we're definitely in compression. Okay. But here's what I'm telling you. We got two kings here. Well, we got the king and the magician. Um, it definitely has to do with the discovery of the shenanigans. It definitely has to do with the discovery of the shenanigans. Um, yeah, we're in the birthing phase. We're coming down the canal. Uh, with a big ass head and some wide shoulders. And this is interesting because one of the things that Libby kept doing, and same with even Danny Shay, I've noticed like a lot of their readings are circling back to November 2024. Same thing here. I keep getting, there's the documents case with Jack. There's the documents with the files. There is the documented proof that we're going to find of the papers. Um, so those are three different tracks that are racing towards this convergence, right? Then you have all the money they're stealing. So there's all the grifting, all the corruption. Those are two different tracks happening. Then you have the human rights violations and the human rights violations is just not big enough a word for a lot of the other stuff that's happening. But just the pure, sinister, evil delight in what is taking place or being committed by certain people. Those two different tracks are happening. Because one track is the immigrant track, and the other track is the building concentration camps with incinerator track, right? So we have these two different things going on. Then we have the fake ass G.I. Joe Pete dog breath, you know, with his, you know, blow him up. We're not following the rules, you know, shit. That's another track. And then we also have this WAR track. Then we also have this expansionist. So there's a lot of Eight of Wands. That's why the freaking Eight of Wands keeps coming up. Let me show you the Eight of Wands in this particular deck, because this is exactly what it is. We have a convergence point. We have a convergence point that is happening. It's like Dragon Ball Z. Everybody fighting from different angles, right? So this is what we have going on here. We have all these man-made paths. But what is not being taken into account is the, I won't say extraterrestrial, the supernatural path, right? So there's the other level of this is good versus evil. We'll keep it that simple, but it's dark versus light. It's I don't like using these words because they all paint dark as negative. But it, you know, it's wrong versus right, okay? Um So that's a level. That's another energy that is on top of this. Then is the other energy of, yes, intergalactic type of thing. Because I'm definitely under, I don't go too far out because I'm learning, so I don't want to be overwhelmed. But there is definitely a presence here that is trying to keep an eye on things, right? So I definitely don't think we'll get as far as to destroying the earth in completion. Well, and then there's that one. There's the earth. The earth is like, fuck all y'all. You know? And the earth is like, I'll knock all y'all out with one plume cloud. Keep playing. Keep playing. I'll dinosaur your ass. Keep playing. Y'all heard of Pompeii? Keep playing. Like, there's that, right? That's happening. So we have all these races happening, and they're about to come to a convergence point. So that's it. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know how that got through. Can y'all hear me still? Okay, because I don't know how that call was coming through, but I was checking to see if I had on my do not disturb. All right, so, oops, who just came out? They're weak. They're weak, and he knows it. That's what I was also saying, is that the overburdening of the military forces, the depletion of our stocks and supplies, like the way they're just running through them, it is to leave America completely unguarded. But there's a weakness here that he just saw. This is the energy over everything, is that weakness. And again, it comes back to this. The exposure is close. Who was that in the situation room? And who was on the phone? Who did he call? Because he was calling people. He wasn't in that situation room the entire 2 hours. Who was he calling? It was somebody. Why do I feel like he deleted something too? He deleted a file. Or he saved one as a CYA. He went to his office. He went to his office right after. Again, I told you, false victory. So whatever they thought they were doing with the Six of Wands, there is no victory here. That's why there's weakness here. There's weakness. He is trying to CYA. He took something. He took either a file, or he deleted a file, or he did something in his office before he went back to that thing. He had to go hide some information. He took something. You see, it's on him to make sure that he'll be standing after this. This is the Nine of Wands. He took something. He took something, he deleted something, he did something. He took something. Bro, this vote stuff is very... When I said it was close last week, I ain't have no idea. Look who showed up. Oh my God. Yes! Woo! I'm sorry, I'm just... Oh my God. The chills, I just chilled. Oh my God. When I say this shit gonna be fast. Oh my God, like my legs are shaking. Like, oh my God. Please let the cavalry win. I don't know if we're gonna beat this flag they're gonna do. I don't know if they will, because the guy bought the freaking building. It's such a signal. This is fast. This is fast. This is fast. This is fast. Look what the energies are. You felt them? Girl. Look what the energies are. There's a star, and then there's also justice. But I'm also reminded not to get too happy, because a star is also nuclear, so to speak. It's energy, implosionable energy. Um, but I would get the nuclear. I feel like I would get the nuclear in the reverse. I don't think this is the nuclear. I think this is finding your way. Because this is the wayfinder. This is, I know we're shaking. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm on a different tripod, the one that you put around your neck. So it's a little bit more flexible. This is a wayfinder. They found their path. I'm telling you, this will hold has done her job. This will hold has done her job. That could happen. Fake nuke codes could happen. Because they were saying, what if BB wants to do that, right? They're like, what if he presses them to do the nukes? And he's gone. So who's stepping in to press that? You know what I mean? He had a female enemy. This female wanted to clean him out. So they might have another King of Swords in reverse who is right under him. The president wasn't even with him of I-State. So I don't know who would have. I mean, 40 years is a long time to indoctrinate people with hate. It's longer than 40, to be honest, but having him at the helm, 40 years is a long time of indoctrinated hate. And so these people really do feel like all the darker brown people are animals. It's a very American brand of racism. It's just a little strange though, because it's like, but you look like them. So anyway, but I do see justice right around this corner, and so does he. So does he. So does he. Okay. That was in the lesson to be learned or impact area. Okay. I'm happy. And right under the Eight of Wands, let me show you. And right under the Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. And right, Jesus, oh Lord, tingly. And then right under Justice is the Ace of Pentacles, the defined proof, the definitive proof of what it was. Oh my gosh. And what they were going for, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, what they were going for is not yet ready. It's not complete. It wasn't ready to be taken out. So what they had in the store. Okay, so, oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let me show you the rest of this. Okay, we're gonna get to the outcome and wrap this long ass reading up. But we have the Eight of Wands, right? Right under that is the Ace of Swords. Right under that is the Queen of Swords. Now, I had the Queen of Swords in reverse as Blondie. And right after that is the Nine of Swords, being released from this burden, this prison, these people. And right after that, the EO. If any proof of cyber shenanigans has been found to meddle in our homecoming court, the entire clown show will be aborted. I'm excited. All right, let's get to the outcome. The Leo. Almost there. Almost there. Is he gonna be the pig? Is Elon gonna squeal? Because he's in the outcome. But the Sun in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is the energy. Wait, is he going to be able to... Is he going to be able to do something about that? Oh, that would be so sucky to be that close to everything and to somehow... tell me. Because under that is Six of Pentacles, Hierophant, Ten of Swords, the Lovers in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Cups, the World, Judgment in reverse, the Three of Pentacles. Are you going to manage to... Oh, no, you won't. Okay. Because then we have the Sun in reverse, right? Trying to hide it, trying not to let it be revealed. The Four of Wands in reverse. Again, nothing to celebrate, nothing to see here. But then we have a cleansing. We have the water coming and wiping all this away. And then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Again, too many hands were in the kitchen. So it feels like extricating itself from there. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse who puts all of it together. And then we have the Six of Cups. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Queen of Cups was not in... the Queen of Pentacles was not in reverse. She was in the upright. Then the Six of Cups. Then the Lotus Queen. Okay. All right. So let's get very, very clear. You gave me the Magician. I want you to get very, very, very clear with me, please. What is going to be the outcome that of what Scott saw? Now, Six of Cups, better times, Queen of Cups, the Lotus, vindicated. Scott sees the end. On the one hand, he sees what they're trying to do to prevent that end. And on the other hand, he knows that they know how to end it. Because again, that EO says we get to clean you all the way out. And you saw the Ace of Cups, cleaning that all out. All right, so finally, we're gonna go to Nyx with this because that was too big of a reading. What was this about? I forgot what we were looking at here. I put all those away, so I don't even remember what that was about. Hold on. Four of Pentacles in reverse. They're not going to be able to keep a lid on it. They're not going to be able to keep the... Oh, I forgot the Tulsi thing was in the safe. So the safe is going to be open. What was this? I'm going to look at this. Am I? Okay. King of Swords in reverse. And then the Hermit underneath. Who is this? You know what? You know who I think that is? I think that is our opposite man to Jack. So that would be King of Swords in reverse. Teal? He's our Skeletor, right? He's like our Antichrist. He's our... No! Our Voldemort at the end. When he gets thwarted at the end of Goblet of Fire. And he doesn't get to put an end to the boy who lived. Y'all, this shit is almost over. The Ten of Cups in reverse. They're not sitting at the table anymore. They are completely fractured. Was she in the room? They're completely fractured. I don't know what's happening to your comments. I don't know if you're deleting them or what. But that's really interesting that you waited 20 minutes to type that. Oh man, that was ridiculous. A person whose name is Witch's Brew. That's beautiful. waited 20 minutes to say that. All right. Keep hope alive. Keep your faith, by the way. I thought Hags was in the room, that they were sending in ground troops. They are sending in ground troops. They already have. They have 2,500 Marines who have already gotten their deployment orders. One of the Russian envoys Don, did you see Libby's reading on TG? Okay. One of Rusian's envoys came in person. Came in person. Because they got the 5 of Wands in reverse. They came in person to remind who's the big dog. They came in person. Okay, what'd they come for? 2 days ago. She takes Saturdays off. Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Russia came in person. Russia has something that is going to rock their world. Russia has something that will rock their world. Came in person. It was a diplomat. Envoy. I get the word envoy. Hold on. Remember when they played the Swan Lake? And not from state TV, but it was from something else. Another state, a hacker. I'm feeling, okay. Yes. I thought they said his sister was going to take over for Pushkin. It's really loud, so I don't want to talk right now. Sorry. Hold on. And he's parking right here. Is somebody coming to buy something? Yes. Okay, let me marinate on this for a second then. All right. What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? For release? Is that the 5th? No. Okay. There is somebody talking. Okay. They came with a fresh new threat. What do they want? They threatened to. I feel like they gave them a new enemy. Hold on. Has he been told to join Russia? Different direction. The Scott is the money man, right? No. Yep. 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 Is that it? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Blackmail. Is he coming to get money or something? Why are you still here? Blackmail. Mm-hmm. Blackmail. Oh, sure. You have a choice. You absolutely have a choice. You can do what we say, or we can do what we say. Like, you have choice. But why did they include Scott to it? Why did they include Scott though? Yes. It's for me. Okay. All right. So here we go. You almost have the lyrics. You don't have them yet. I just know. I just know the melody. I remember playing it on the piano. Um. Okay. Okay. So. Oh, Elise is your middle name. Mm. Okay. Making sure it's not gonna rain. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay. I'm getting that the thing they've been trying to make happen for the whole year, us assisting Russia with troops, has now been demanded. Now, to include Scott would be to have to pay for. They don't need our money anymore because they're getting oil. They're selling oil. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so you guys, this is what I'm getting. The envoy of Russia, whoever, I didn't, Vaca, they came because they have proof that the orange man is not there. They have proof of what they've been doing. They have proof of it. And they are threatening to tell. They are absolutely threatening to tell. Because they need help turning this global conflict they have around. And so then it feels like we got this false offer of, I can help you with this country. I can help you get away from them. Especially because like they're messing with, their ally. I can help you with that. Because it doesn't look like you're going to be able to get out of this on your own. At all. In fact, you're looking at a forever situation. But don't forget about that promise you owe us. I don't care if he's not here. Remember what I told you the day after Election Day. You have obligations to us. That was the country, not just the person. Remember what we discussed. The agenda that we had, well, here it is. We want troops. And we want them to fight our war. Or we put an end to it ourselves. You have a choice. This is crazy. That promise has come back. Because look at this. So 7 of Cups, you have a choice. You can either do this or you can do that. Both choices bad. Or you can rat yourself out. Whatever. All 3 choices bad. Or you can take the 4th choice and hurry up and say the guy is dead. But even still, we're still going to tell. Basically. Okay? 10 of Wands in reverse. He can't carry this by himself. He can't carry the burden. He is completely overwhelmed. As you saw, he was about to short circuit. He was making phone calls. He was trying to save things. He's going to sacrifice because, oh my God, y'all, there was a clause in the big ugly bill that says that things don't have to go through Congress. Things get to go through just him. I forgot what those things were, but he alone gets to appropriate those funds. And he will be sending the military and paying for it. There is no temperance here. No temperance whatsoever. But timing. I don't know when he plans to do this, but this is scheduled for March the 28th. The People's thing is scheduled for March the 28th. That was a Page of Wands. So, getting them to lace up the boots of skates. But this is the Knight of Wands in reverse. And then this is the Sun being revealed. And then this is the Celebration card as the lies get exposed. Or do the lies get exposed? Maybe not. Then there's Celebration, followed by Rusha, and then a release from the Devil. And then you see all the hands that were in our demise, and these people don't get to escape. And then we can finally put one part of the story to rest. Not the whole story, but one part. This feels interesting. This feels very crossroady. Because this King of Cups is in reverse, but the Tower follows right after. And the Fool in reverse follows right after that. And the Five of Cups follows right after that. This feels very crossroad. Scott, are you going to do it? And it feels like he has no choice. All right, let's go to Nyx. Feels like he has no choice. All right, it feels like he has no choice. That's a good question. I wish the doggone rods worked for me. That would be easy to do. Let's see. I will just practice with those a little bit later. Wait, I want to see the sun card real quick. Because I'm wondering if there were sunflowers on that sun card. I think there were. There were. I remember we got the sun in reverse. So yeah, they wanted him to, we got the sun at the end in the upright, but I'm saying earlier, we got it in reverse. They want our troops. He's like, since you're sending people everywhere, included provisions enabling the executive branch to bypass standard reviews. Yeah. So what was the other part? Yeah, you're right. That looked like a whole story of different chains. It's a bunch of different chains. And that's the thing, is like the story has been building in all these different places and the convergence is coming. We are in, shit, it's Fire Horse year. We're in it. We're in the convergence of this. I don't remember where this reading was going before. I don't think it's actually relevant right now anyway. That's why she was in the reverse. This is Zell. Remember, he has this nurturing, compassionate energy. He's our Queen of Wands. I don't know how I missed that. And, it has the sunflowers. So Zell is our Queen of Wands. Russia wants, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Change the word. Russia is demanding our help. All right, let's see if that's true. We're gonna check our answers like the nerds. As a nerd in school, I always check my answers immediately because I needed to make sure. Girl, listen, we might have to teach it ourselves. The energy feels extremely weird. I don't want to say bad. It just feels so tense, like so suspenseful, like so we're at that part of the movie. Excuse me. It did help. It helped in one regard, but they need fighters. Remember, they were losing like, what, 20,000 a day or something? They had Chinese people helping them. They had, not Chinese, Korean? No, they did. They had Chinese prisoners, allegedly, helping